Computers are what give the internet its power. They surround us, they empower us, they bind the network together.
Help me, Obi-Windows. You're my only hope.
Hello there. Come here, my little friend. Don't be afraid. I am Master Obi-Windows, and I am here to train you in the vast universe of computers and the internet. I have had many letters from viewers asking me how to use a computer, how to perform tasks on various websites, and what technical terms mean in simple language. Let's proceed with our next letter, shall we? Aunt Beetroot asks, Dear Obi-Windows, often when I call my tech support, they advise me to clear the cache. What is that? Does my computer contain money? Aunt Beetroot, alas, you have mistaken the word cache for cash. Cache is a collection of items stored in a hidden place. Think of it as a compartment one might use for smuggling, and hope you don't find you're smuggling yourself in it one day. In the case of a browser's cache, this is a folder on your computer's hard drive, usually hidden from view, that contains copies of the pictures, words, animations, and sounds you encounter on any given website. Why are copies of this kept on your computer? Generally, it is faster for your browser to retrieve these files locally from the hard drive itself than to download them every single time you visit a website. The browsers are mostly intelligent enough to detect changes between an internet site and the version cached on your hard drive, and they will update these changes immediately. Otherwise, they'll be looking in Alderon places. If caching the temporary internet files encountered in your travels was not performed by your browser, your computer would need to download even the simplest logo or banner every single time you returned to a site. The designers decided to store these files on the hard drive instead. So why would clearing them out or deleting them help? Is it not dangerous to delete files in the instance that something important might be erased? Fear not. Anytime you clear the cache, you are merely informing your computer to forget what it knows. You are in effect saying, you don't need these files. These aren't the copies you're looking for. And the browser will re-download fresh new copies of said files. It will, in essence, move along. How do I delete the cache on my Windows computer? Allow me to demonstrate. First of all, let us begin with how to clear the cache in Microsoft Edge. If you launch Edge, you will see up in the top right corner 3 little dots. That is to get to the settings. Click there, and among the various options you will see, there is the history selection. Click on there. Here you can see the history of everything you have looked for recently, and if we click up in the area that says Clear History, we have various options such as browsing history, cookies and data, cached data. There is the cache that I referred to earlier. Simply click Clear. It will take a moment, as you can see by the moving lines, and return once again to the history. We will see that our history has in fact been cleared. So that is how to do it in Microsoft Edge. Now I am going to show you how to do the same in Internet Explorer, in case you are still using that browser, but as mentioned before, Edge will be replacing it in the near future. However, to do this, you would simply go to the very top right corner under the X that you would use to exit the program. There is a little cog in a wheel to indicate this is a tool. Click on that and you will see among the options toward the bottom something that says Internet Options. Please click there. The new screen that will come up will have a browsing data selection in the center. And beside it, or in that section, is a button called Delete. Click there. This will then bring you to Internet Explorer's version of that same screen we saw in Microsoft Edge, where we can select which items we wish to keep. We will leave them all at the defaults, but if we now click the Delete button, it will say it is now clearing the cache. As you can see down in the bottom here, Internet Explorer has finished deleting the selected browsing history. Let us say you wish to do the same thing if you are a Firefox user. Launch Firefox. And if you look again in the upper right corner of Firefox, just below the X you would use to exit the program, there are three little lines which allow you to go to the Options menu. In here, select Options in the middle of the list. Now the cache and history are not as easy to find in Firefox as they were with Edge and Internet Explorer, but simply click Privacy and Security on the left-hand side, and here you will find Cookies and Data. This is where you wish to clear your history. Again, accept whatever the defaults are and click Clear. And finally, we will show you Google Chrome. Once again, move your mouse to the upper right corner of your screen, and just below the X you would use to exit the program, click the three little dots. This menu system is a little more intuitive in that you can move your mouse down the list and you can see a sub-menu will appear under More Tools. The same thing will happen with your bookmarks and your history. But what we want to look at here is More Tools. Do you see how in this secondary menu there is another list halfway through Clear Browsing Data? Click on that. And immediately Google Chrome will present you with how your selection can go for clearing your browsing data. If you wish, you can change it to remove everything you looked at in the last hour, the last 24 hours, the last 7 days, or the last 4 weeks, or all time. Again, I would recommend leave everything simply as the default. You can, if you wish, under the Advanced tab, go to even further detail with things like passwords and such. However, we will leave it very basic for now. Click Clear Data, and it will once again clear your data. You can simply exit out of Google Chrome at this point. I do hope that answers for you, Aunt Beetroot, why your tech support will so often recommend clearing the cache anytime you encounter issues, especially with passwords or requests for information. Emptying those temporary files refreshes your browser, resetting much of what it knows. It is as though your computer has taken its first step into a larger world. Until the next time we meet, surf the web carefully, my friends. Your destination lies along a different path from mine. Farewell.